Hi guys, so it is the middle of November, mid-fall. It is definitely time in my area to get the garden put to bed. Most stuff has died back. We've had several nights in the low 20s and I've gotten a lot of the garden wrapped up. I'm going to share that with you today. We also have some stuff still left to do, so I'll share that with you as well and a few tips along the way. So I'd like to welcome you to my backyard Kentucky homestead. My name is Kim and let's go check out the garden. So we've got a lot of work done on the garden and it looks so much different now with all of the plants. I mean, this was just so massively overgrown. You can actually see stuff now. So what I've done is go through the entire garden, clear out all of the plants that were from the summer garden. I took any of the pots that I'm not overwintering, like these here. There were loads of pots all the way through the back. I mean, just this whole side was just full of pots. I go ahead and dump those into the beds to top off, because this bed, especially right here, was a little low, so I added some of those containers of dirt to that, and then on top of that I added more compost and then additional raised bed mix to fill it up, and then I added some holly tone on top of that just to get that in there and mixed up. And then on top of that, I'm using pine straw for a lot of these beds to go ahead and winterize those. So the straw mulch will help to keep moisture in the soil. It will also help the soil stay warmer, which is good. And it will also help prevent, hopefully, some weed germination. In this bed, I have two types of garlic, one on each side, and they're all hardneck garlic. This one has sprouted, but we're not going to worry about that. They will be perfectly fine for the winter. The two sides of this trellis, as well as back there on that one, they have been grow bags this year. I've swapped those out for these round blue raised beds. Really like these. So I also have garlic in this bed. Again, hardneck. One side is one variety, one side is the other variety. Don't recall what they are right now. I'm going to put some of my decoration items away for the winter. In this bed I have my strawberries, and then in between the strawberries I replanted my Egyptian walking onions so that I've got alliums growing up throughout the strawberries. I'm hoping that will help to detour some of the Japanese beetles. I always have a problem with those. I did finally get all of my blueberries planted. And I also, this is one thing you can do with your fall leaves. Go ahead and use your lawnmower and mulch them up. And if you have a bag, it works better. And then you can just use those as to actually mulch in your plants. I did that on these back beds as well. These all have perennial flowers in them. They'll be replanting come spring. And they are all mulched in with leaves that I just mowed up. Got more blueberries. I went ahead and planted some potatoes. I had some sprouting potatoes, that's what's left, but the rest of this is full of the red potatoes. So hopefully those will come up. They have, in the past 2 years, I've had pretty good luck with overwintering potatoes in the ground. We're zone 7, and they've had really good success with that, so I'm hoping that'll work. I did order some from Johnny, so I was super excited about that. This bed's empty. This bed and that bed are the ones with our onions in them. Let's see if we can, nope, got a weed there, but we do actually have onions. Some. So I'm hoping that these will overwinter and will start growing next year. They should. I just don't know if I started them early enough. This one's actually coming through. Yeah, I'm super excited. And the idea with doing this now, I started these in August. I probably should have started them a little earlier. I should have got them into the ground in September. I got them in early October. But the idea is that they will start growing as soon as it's warm enough, and they will be bigger, so that when it's time for the sunlight for them to bulb up, they will be a larger plant. So we should technically get a larger bulb. Now I did just water these yesterday. If you're not getting enough water for your perennials, whether they be bushes like the strawberries or perennial flowers, shrubs, any newly planted trees, You want to make sure that you're going to go ahead and keep those watered until the ground freezes, because they were dry. So I watered the onions and the strawberries yesterday, and then I also watered all of the blueberry plants and the grape plants. Got some butterfly bushes, agastaki, some Russian sage, carex grasses, some of the mums. We'll be planting those come spring. But we have had several nights down near 22, 24, so I'm really surprised we don't even have even more dieback on these. Got some echinacea. Now I'm going to leave these as they are because the birds can actually come in and eat the seeds out of those. I've seen especially the yellow goldfinch. They love to land on these and just eat those. It's awesome. But again, use the shredded leaves just to mulch us all in to keep it warm. Some of the perennials in here are only good to zone 5. The rule generally is you go 2 zones lower than your actual hardiness zone. My zone is technically 7A. It was 6B, so we're kind of like in that border area. So hopefully this will be mulched in and everything will do well. I did get a couple of roses at Lowe's for 50% off. This is an orange glow knockout rose. Looks really pretty. It is good to zone 4. So I've got that in here, and I've got some salvia that I planted or started from seed 2 years ago. Transplanted that it had been on the end of that bed in a grow bag, and I just transplanted it here. And then did the very same thing on this side. So we got the rose, and then we've got salvia, and there might be some artemisia in here. I'm not sure if that'll come back. It did last year, but it was kind of rough looking this time. Got the strawberries in here. I will probably in another week or two, when the temperatures get a little colder and we get more dieback on these leaves, I'll go ahead and cut those, and then I will put a heavier cover of the straw on top of this. They're just, I don't want to cut them back yet because they are still so green. And the same with this bed. This is a bed that I transplanted about 6, 8, 7 weeks ago. Looking gorgeous. It does have a little bit of mulch from when I first transplanted it, but I want to wait for the leaves to die back some. And then I will do a heavy mulch cover on top of that, similar to what I've done here. So this bed is another one with potatoes. This is potatoes that had started to grow inside. So right now I've got 2 beds, that one over there, and then this one are full of potatoes for the winter. Got a few more sale clearance perennials in each of these beds with the blueberries. And I've got blueberry plants. I will trim these back late winter, early spring. And once we get a little bit more dieback on these perennials, I'll be cutting these back as well, and I may mulch them a little bit more. Look, that's so pretty. If you didn't see my Temu video, check that out. Pretty, I love this. What I'm doing in the center of this garden bed, I had previously the past several years used a lot of grow bags, where you see all these blue raised beds. I had grow bags. I'm wanting to switch to more permanent structures. I will switch those out. Not these two. These are blueberries, but the other ones will be for like determinate tomatoes or other items like that. But I want to go ahead and get a more stable or permanent structure in place. This is just leaves. I had extra leaves, so I just dumped them in there. I'm going to do the same thing with that because I've got quite a bit more leaves to pick up back there, and there's more still up in the trees. But really, really excited about getting these beds in here. I think it's going to look great. So one of my plans for this spring is to go ahead and get like those 12 by 12 stepping stones. Put one on the bottom of each of these legs, and I'm going to put my green stalks on top of those and then get them on drip. So I'll have the 4 green stalks on the inside of this gazebo. I think that'll look good. Hopefully it'll work well. I have another grape that I just got. It's a muscadine grape. I need to get that planted. And then the other ones, there's a blueberry I've missed. I need to get that planted up. But I need to get these heavier mulched the grapes so that they're ready to go for spring. But overall, I mean, again, the blueberries here, they're kind of all mulched in. I added soil acidifier to them. So one thing that I'm going to go ahead and do, I ordered some more soil acidifier from Lowe's. Somehow FedEx broke that bag. Those are like the toughest bags on the planet to open. Somehow FedEx busted it, so I'm having to wait for that. But I want to get more soil acidifier into the beds that have the potatoes to help reduce the potential of scab development. So that is something that I'm going to have to do, and hopefully I should get that in the next week or so. So I need to do some reconstruction here and then over there too. But I did move this out. It had been over between these two beds, but it was really, really difficult because it was on the outside of the beds. So over here and over there. So it made the entire end of that bed inaccessible on both sides. So what I want to do, once I get these perennials out, I'm going to put that into the center of each bed, and then I could access the entire bed from one side or the other. So I think it'll be a whole lot better. I had my garlic planted there last year, so there was just no way I could or this year, so there was no way I could get that in there because I needed that up before the garlic was ready to harvest. But next year it'll be ready. I will get those perennials out and plant it in the garden. Back here we're still working on this. We got more leaves, got some perennials, got those leaves out of there. Started to put the mulch down. I'm going to have to come back through next spring and get the drip irrigation actually set up. Right now I've just got the supply line, just ran out of time. Need to cut back the hostas. Hookers will be really good. They won't have a problem. May need to cut back the ferns. But overall, I think this is going to, I'll put a picture up later. Sorry, I had to wait for a car to go by. So I started to put the mulch down. I think this is going to look really good. I need to level it out. And then we're going to get mulch all the way back into there. And then again, there's some cutback for hostas. And we'll see. I'm going to play it by ear. I may cut back. And actually, I have cut back a few things. I'm going to cut back things in just as they die back. This right now, Artemisia is looking wonderful. The yarrow here is absolutely gorgeous still. We still have some blanket flower blooming. The lamb's ear is looking pretty good. More yarrow blooming. Just amazing. There's geums. Got a butterfly bush. Crepe myrtle's died back. Has these little gold bronze looking balls on it. Pretty. I'll need to cut back the Caryopteris, but I may wait till late winter to do that. We got the lemon corals or lemon ball sedum. This is supposed to be a perennial in my area. Very, very beautiful. We still have flowers on the speedwell. And look at this. This Artemisia with the smoke bush and then the red echinacea behind it is just a glorious, glorious color combination. Another huge, beautiful yarrow. But there's a lot of, if you'll see back there, there's a lot of weeding I need to do here and there. Got some sage growing, and then we also, get out of the light, also have some scabiosa that's still in bloom. Hardy geraniums. So quickfire hydrangea, which has pretty much lost all of its leaves and whatnot, and then a little lime punch hydrangea. More butterfly bush. So what I'm going to do with this area back here is, again, over the next several weeks, as things are dying back, I'll go ahead and trim them. We're going to get a lot of rain. For the next 10 days, we have rain almost every single day forecasted. In a couple of days, a lot of rain. So we're going to have to play that by ear. And also, I would like to get some more mulch on that whole area. just to really give it a good coat for winter. But we'll have to see how that goes. But I'll show you, it's looking pretty amazing. Got the red twig dogwood, yellow twig dogwood. I've cut back the astilbia already. The rudbeckia is growing. Up here, I still have some dianthus that's flowering. It's just not ready to be cut back yet. But I do have a lot of my bushes that I got on clearance in these pots. And then we'll just overwinter those in the pots. Got some more heuchera. And these are, I love these little trellises. There's a few, got a maple, mulberry bushes. Look at this. We've had several nights of 24 or lower temperatures, and we still have super bells. And the grass is still growing. I do have a couple of things I still want to get into pots. I've got a laced up hydrangea, a couple of false cypress. Also have elderberry, black lace elderberry. I think what I'm going to do with this one is actually trim it down to 3 stalks, and then maybe 4, and then I'm going to do it as a tree form because I want to try to keep that in a pot. I really don't have a space for that to get as big as it wants to. But we got a lot of these things are zone 3 or zone 4, so they'll be good. Got a couple more things I need to water. The false cypress. This is really cool. So if you have Lebanon mist nigella, it will seed itself and come back. So this is growing, but it will actually come back again in the spring. It just seeds itself everywhere. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Got the oak leaf hydrangea. Got our little mushroom in place. The juga's looking fabulous. I do need to do some weeding. We've got the ferns. So these are, I thought these were like the snowball type hydrangea. So last year these all died back, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get any blooms. Well, actually, they're the reblooming type. So they will actually bloom on new wood as well as old wood. So even if I cut those all the way back, which I may, I'm going to check them in a few weeks to see if they're still green or not. If I scratch the, let's see. Yeah, see, it's still green right there. I'll check those as the winter progresses and temperatures allow. And if they turn brown and die back, then I'll go ahead and just cut those back all the way because they will actually bloom on new wood as well. I've cut back the peony. Oh, look, it's actually trying to grow again. Stop growing. It's got a couple of buds. But what I want to do with this, cut it back. We're going to leave it. So what I'll do with that is cut it back. I'm going to mulch that up again. Like I said, I want to add mulch to everything to give it a little bit of a heavier winter coat. But comes early spring, like February, we'll add some bone meal and some holly-tome and bone meal to give it a really good energy boost for the spring to have really wonderful blossoms. It worked great this year. It worked great last year. So February, we're going to fertilize the peonies so that they will just be massive blooms. Got a buddleia. This thing died back all the way last year, so I expect it probably will this year. Got a little, I need to do El Nino Desert Catalpa. I'm hoping it will survive. So far, I'm going to mulch this up. I need to get the weeds all out from around it. And then mulch this in the mix. Actually, what I'll do is extend the bed out to this area, because this will actually grow fairly large each year from what I see online. It may have to come back from the base, so it'll get really tall, provide some shade over here, maybe 6 feet tall. So we'll see. Hopefully by December, all the leaves will be off and we can go ahead and spray these. We want to usually spray them 3 times during the winter. Usually it's going to be late November, January, and then late February. And what we want to use is a horticultural oil and a copper fungicide. It'll help to reduce any pest infestation as well as any disease, fungal issues. So hopefully, need to leave your leaves. This one here is kind of crazy. It still has leaves. It had a little, I don't see it now. It had oh, they're falling off now. But it's got all these buds starting on it already. It's got all these buds on it already. It had a little peach on it too, just about a week ago. Oh, guess I don't have to worry about that too much. We will need to come through and trim some of these branches, like this one that's growing back into it. This one's kind of dead. So we'll come through, and so this one here, these are dead. This one's growing back into the tree. So we'll come through and prune these up later in January or February. Try to decide what I want to do with these raspberries. These are, I'll have to put the name on the screen. I don't really remember. They've not performed very well. They're not fall gold. They're like double and gold something. Not really super impressed with them. They've not been on consistent water, which may be part of the issue with their production, but they seem to be get disease very easily, and we don't like the taste of them very much. We got a sea holly here, a couple of cherries, plum cherry or bush cherries. This is a Romeo, and this one here is a Juliet. Hopefully I'll get fruit on those next year. Got some poppies. We have a few poppies that have popped up. This is supposed to be a hardy red cherry, but I don't know. Got the blackberry bush. Might trim some of that back which has bloomed, like this stuff here. I might trim that back because that's done. We have a traditional heritage raspberry here. I want to get this into a permanent location. What I'm thinking about doing is pulling these columnar apple trees. I've got 3 left. I need to really inspect those. But putting those in pots and then putting the raspberry in this bed. I also have another blackberry bush. It's the triple crown. So that's the black gem blackberry, which Stark Brothers does not sell anymore. And I got a black or triple crown blackberry. So I'm thinking about adding that to this bed, taking these trees out, putting them in pots. Got a blueberry bush, got some salvia and other stuff growing in here. Got some parsley there that I need to harvest, another blueberry bush. Snapdragons have come back with a vengeance. They're happy. And then I went ahead and cut back the rhubarb. Need to finish cleaning up the patio so that it is ready for winter. Got a little bit more cleanup to do over here, and I need to sort out the shed. It's kind of a mess right now. I've got some more garden supports to put away. Some bulbs that have not been treated well that I need to try to plant to see if they will survive. And more cleanup here. And then over here I need to go ahead and finish clearing out the okra and get these amended, mulched up, and cleaned up. Actually, I still have some calendula growing over there. Anyway. And this is something I was surprised when I got this area cleaned up back here. I found I had 2 what are coming back from Google Lens as red cypress, eastern red cypress trees. Now they get huge, they cannot stay back here, but I'm thinking about trying to dig them up and put them in some pots. Get that one and that one. And just see how long we can grow them. And I don't know. And I don't know where they came from because there's really nothing around like that. Got some cleanup to do. I still need to take care of that sumac. I have a drill bit to drill into that and put the stump killer in it. This is what is left of the hibiscus roselle. So what I've got to do again is there's a more cleanup, cut back to do, more mulching to do, organizing, and some of the other things I need to do. There's some things to transplant, like the apple trees and the raspberry and blackberry bushes. A couple of things on the patio that I want to put in a pot so that they'll overwinter a little bit better because I have a little bit more space than their container. But as far as ongoing maintenance of the garden for the winter, we want to make sure we're going ahead and watering. Like I said, the strawberries and the onions were really, really dry yesterday, so I went ahead and watered those. So you want to keep a good eye on that. If you're not getting consistent water throughout the winter until your ground actually freezes, you want to make sure that you're adding some water to that. I also have a bunch of bulbs to plant. I'm going to try hopefully Saturday to get that finished, so we might get an inch or two of rain between now and then. But I'm hoping to get that finished, and yeah, I think overall it's looking really, really good. And yeah, it's been a lot of work, but it is it's definitely a joy task. It's a work that brings me joy. So really, really, I love that. Thank you guys for joining me. Until the next time, check out this video. Have a wonderful day. Happy gardening, and bye.